And me, I'm like, there's new bins coming out, we have to wait.
Yeah, he's coming over, he's like, there's new bins, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick through the clothes, have fun. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Oh, make that look easy, right?
How is it I get you a trash can? I bet you there's nothing even in it. Oh, it's full. Maybe you could like empty that bag once in a while and like put more stuff in the trash can.
We're recording.
All over the floor.
All right, well today we have a special guest with us. We've got Andrew, who joined us at the bins yesterday in our shopping video. If you haven't seen that video yet, there is a link to it down in the description. We went shopping at the Goodwill Outlets and we went to the bins, and I got a little bit anxiety over the chaos of the bins, but this guy was like right in the thick of it, digging through the bins, and he got some really good stuff. So we're gonna go over it together this evening. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I got, what I paid for it, what I expect to get for it, and he's going to talk about
the crap I picked out.
The crap he picked out. So let's get to it. Would you like to go first, Andrew?
Yeah, sure. And then
All
I
right.
Can skip out of here and
I see how
leave you to
that
the rest
works.
of it. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Well, I found this little guy in one of the bins. Somebody missed it. But really nice little inlay box. I really liked it.
Market tree inlay.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
It is. It's really nice. And it's got a little clasp on the front. And it's in good shape. There's no damage to it. So, I liked it.
I'm pretty impressed.
I picked it. It's something I normally see you pick up. So that's I think that's why I picked it up and said, "Hey, what do you think?"
Normally you don't see a base on it, which makes this one a little bit special because it has that base, I guess that little foot.
It's a little mirror inside.
Yeah. This one would probably sell from 15 to 20 with the little foot. But if it didn't have the little foot, if it was just the box, I would say probably 10 to 15.
So it was a good score.
It was a very good score. I'm pretty impressed with that.
So this is a little more modern, but I picked these up any chance I get, Boy Scout stuff, because the older stuff you just never know. You might come across something good, but these newer pieces are expensive, and there are kids that cannot afford to buy new Scout stuff. So my dad is a unit commissioner, so this will be going to him, hopefully to a boy that can use it. So it will not be resold. These things are like 20, 25 bucks brand new. So definitely a good score from the bins. Somebody's going to be able to use this. I'm happy with that purchase and happy to give it away because we're going to make plenty on what we bought.
Absolutely.
So like, all right, I've got this little pile of junk here. The reason I picked this stuff up, brass. It's scrap. Yeah, it's okay. It's a cool looking piece, but it's made in India. It's modern. Don't care. It's like $2 a pound. Silver plate, same thing. I buy it because it is scrap. The base metal is usually copper or brass, so that's roughly $2 a pound. So if you're buying this stuff, say at the outlet store for 59 cents a pound or even $1.24 a pound, you can still make some money on this stuff. One thing you got to be careful of is the knives. These are silver plate all the way up and down. These are butter knives. The ones with the handles and the blades, you have to watch when they're separate because the handles will be plate, but the blades will be stainless. So you're only looking at about 1/4 ounce of whatever the weight is in the handle. So just bear that in mind if you're buying regular butter knives, not these solid style butter knives. And always make sure the back is marked plate, silver plate. So this stuff just gets bought and it goes in a scrap bucket because I'm making money on it, just a scrap. These little trays, these are cool. You know, I like buying this bicentennial stuff, and patriotic themed things. I was really shocked and surprised when I looked these up. These are selling, if they were in brand new condition, they're $15 a piece. There's 4 of them. So I'm thinking 8 to 10 a piece on these, and that's where they should be. I'm an 80s kid, so I pick up stuff like this. Return of the Jedi. Star Wars. Love Star Wars stuff. The older stuff you can make money on. The newer stuff you really got to watch. There's a lot of it, and they've totally flooded the market with the modern stuff. So don't even waste your time with the modern stuff. But any of the 70s and early 80s Star Wars, you can get your hands on it. Cheap enough, you can make a couple bucks. The album, if it had the 16-page book in it, it'd be a $20, $25 album, because the vinyl itself is in really good shape. There's no scratches. It's not cracked. There's nothing wrong with the vinyl. But it, you know, without the book, it's still a $10 album. So I'm okay with that. This was my good score. This is my last thing, and this was my favorite score of the whole trip. Dungeons and Dragons. How many of you played Dungeons and Dragons when you were younger in the 80s? Normally, I will not pick up technology stuff just because you don't know if it's any good, if it's going to work. However, the condition that this is in, I was really happy with. All of the little booklets are in there. Both of the 5 1/4 inch floppy discs are in there. And even all the little mail away cards are still in there. So this was actually well cared for, whoever had this. And so I was willing to take a chance on it for the roughly 22 cents that it cost. And if you look this particular variety up on eBay, they sell for $25 to $30. So I'm really happy with that. So Dungeons and Dragons, nerd stuff. Keep your eyes open for nerd stuff. Nerd stuff sells. We like it. So that's what I picked. That was some of what I picked. So
yes, some of what you picked. All right, so let's talk about what I grabbed. As you guys know from watching the video yesterday, I kind of like flaked out a little bit there after a little. Oh my gosh, I can't handle the chaos.
And me, I'm like, there's new bins coming out, we have to wait.
Yeah, he's coming over, he's like, there's new bins, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick through the clothes, have fun. Okay, so let's start with this. This is a Cruel, or maybe an embroidery butterfly design. It would have come in a kit, but obviously somebody already made it. Now, this in the kits sells for about $20 to $25. So I'm not sure what the actual created version would sell for.
I don't know.
But I really like it, and I have good luck with butterflies. People love butterflies. So it's a really nice piece. They did a really nice job.
Who doesn't like butterflies?
I know, right?
I like butterflies.
I love butterflies.
Butterflies.
So I will probably end up listing, I don't know, I might list on Etsy. I haven't decided where I'm going to list this one yet, but keep an eye open if you love butterflies too. And I like this piece. So. All right, moving along. I picked up this artwork. There was a lot of artwork in the new bins before I like had a panic attack and had to remove myself from the bins. And I was just like, you guys have seen me pick up quilts and crocheted items and paintings and whatever I can from the bins because I'm like, somebody put a lot of work into this. And so this was one of those. And it's actually marked on the back. Can you read that?
Viola Ellen something Poole, April 1970, cider making in the country, New York Historical Association.
Yeah.
And it's signed Ellen Poole.
Yeah. So I just really liked it. I liked that it was a country scene and it was in the bins and I had to have it.
That's cool.
Along with a little windmill scene, but the windmill art wasn't as good as this art. It was the windmill art was kind of just like a pity grab. It was like, oh, that one's going to the landfill if I don't grab that one, so I'll just grab it with this one. But this was the one that they actually had some artistic talent, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah, there's some artistic talent there. So I grabbed this one. The artwork, I'm not sure. It all depends. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Isn't that what they say? So this one will probably end up on eBay. And we'll see how well that does. And if you want to follow along, you can go down to my eBay in the description and follow along with this auction. But this one will more than likely make it to auction. I really like that one. And if it doesn't sell, we're going to hang it in our kitchen.
Sure, why not?
Okay, good. I'm glad we agree. Now, this, I could not believe this. I could not believe this. It was sitting on top of the bin, like just sitting on top of all of this stuff. And I was walking by and there was nobody around and it was just sitting on top and I like kind of looked both ways like, is this a joke?
Most of the time you find these and the red paint is just totally destroyed. Sometimes you'll see them in yellow. So yellow is another one you'll find.
Yeah, the yellow ones I think are worth more money.
I think so.
But I saw it sitting on top of this pile and I'm like, is this some kind of, like, is there a hidden camera somewhere? And there was nobody around, so I just kind of
it's a cool piece from the 70s, yeah.
But I don't know if it's a reproduction, that's the thing. Not. It says Chattanooga 1971.
That's an original.
It is really nice. It is just a Coca-Cola crate.
Yeah, it would have held 4 6-packs.
And this was an older bin, too. And it had just been sitting there, and it was just sitting right there. I couldn't believe that. But anyway, this would sell probably between $35 and $45. That's usually what these go for. And then there was a guy that asked me when he saw me pick it up, he's like, are the plastic ones worth anything? Not as much as the wooden ones. The wooden ones or the metal ones. I'm totally a Pepsi girl though.
Not me, I like Coke.
I know you like Coke, but I'm a Pepsi girl, so you guys often see me out there looking for the double dot Pepsis because that specific logo with the double dot is indicative of the older Pepsis. So when I'm out looking, I'm usually looking for Pepsi stuff and I'm usually looking for the double dot. I usually don't go for Coca-Cola stuff, but when it's staring me right in the face and it's just like, hi, grab me.
I'm cheap.
I'm cheap.
Please take me home.
I'm like, okay, fine, come with me, please. So
keep it out of the landfill.
Yeah, seriously. It looks like somebody used it as a planter because it's full of dirt too.
A lot of times what'll happen with these is they'll wind up in garages for storage, basements for storage.
Yeah.
They get real moldy and nasty. This one's in really good shape.
That's what makes me think that it's a reproduction.
It's not a repro. It is not a repro.
He has spoken.
It is not a repro. That is real deal.
Real deal.
Real deal. Original.
Real deal, says the Coca-Cola man.
Yep.
Now I picked these up. These were in the new bin. This was...
I only know because I've thrown enough of them in dumpsters. Yeah. Certain things I just don't want to mess with, so they just get tossed.
I grabbed these. They're little embroidery. No, these are actually cross-stitch.
They're upside down.
This one is the one I was looking at was the right way. They are cross-stitch little kits. Some of these, not these ones, but some of them can sell for really good money. And when you're in a hurry and you're just grabbing stuff from the bin, I just grabbed them. So these ones don't sell for a lot of money. They're probably $5 a piece, but I'm gonna list them up on eBay as a lot. But a lot of the old Christmas ones, those ones sell pretty well. These ones are just, one's a butterfly, one's a cat, and one is dolphins. Definitely not Christmas, so they're not gonna sell very well. But, let's talk about the quilts that I got. Yay! So there were a lot of people in the comments saying that that is a cheap Chinese quilt, which was a little disappointing. I don't know anything about quilts, so I can't say for certain whether or not it is a cheap Chinese quilt or not. I can say that I really like it regardless of whether or not it is a cheap Chinese quilt. I have put it through the wash twice. I've run it through twice. It's actually still damp right now, but I needed it for my haul video, so I pulled it out. The OxyClean did take out some of the staining, but not all of it. There is still some staining on there, so I'm gonna continue to
soak it and clean it. It's really not that bad.
It's not. When I saw the edge of it in the video, I didn't actually like spread it out to see how extensive the damage was. There's like two stains. It's that edge stain, and then there's one spot in the middle of the...
and that one's small.
Yeah. So it's really not that bad. but I would still like to get the stains out before I sell it. So it's just a pretty pink quilt. And this one will more than likely go up on eBay because I'm just not schooled enough in quilts to know. Like, I didn't even know what the pattern was on this. Everyone's like, it's a double wedding ring. Like, oh, of course it is. That's exactly what I was thinking it was. So I'll probably list this up on eBay. Low starting bid, just to see what happens. But
somebody will enjoy it.
Absolutely. And if they don't use it as a blanket, they'll probably cut it up and use it as pillowcases or something like that, as a crafting quilt. Yeah. So as long as it goes to good use and it doesn't end up in a landfill, that I'm happy. So let's talk about my last couple items.
Had to have it, didn't you?
I did. I had to have it. He was just staring at me from the bed and he's like, take me with you. And I was like, of course I will. You don't have to ask me twice. He's so cute, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I grabbed him. He's worth like probably $10 to $15. He's a good Halloween decoration or all year round decoration if you're into that sort of thing.
You can dress him up like a pirate.
You could totally dress him up or anything really.
He could sing show tunes. We could put a little voice box in him and make him sing show tunes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful idea. So that was my little skeleton guy that I rescued from the bins. I love rescuing stuff from the bins.
And I'm the one with the problem?
I don't want to talk about it.
Nah.
This little ashtray.
I spotted that.
Well, no, I grabbed that. I'm taking credit for this one.
I spotted that.
Well, I'm the one who grabbed it.
I said, hey, look at that. And you reached first. Don't make me get into it with you like that old lady in Community Aid. Because I'll win again.
This little ashtray apparently used to have wings. It is a ladybug. It used to have wings. It no longer has wings, but it is an ashtray. Because it no longer has wings, I'm not really entirely sure how much it would be worth. But it's a good eBay item.
It's cool. It's cool. I mean, you don't have to use it as an ashtray.
You don't. You could use it as a little trinket.
Change dish or trinket dish or something. I mean, it's cool. It's very crude. It's cool. I like it. I mean, if it doesn't sell, it's probably going to wind up on my desk.
How bad are we? We're like, well, if it doesn't sell, it's ours. So at least we tried. Just list everything for really expensive. Speaking of hoarders.
Oh, man.
The granny bird.
Now you see what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
The ring light is like not focusing on the granny bird. It's focusing on your face. We'll put the granny bird in front of your face. The best part is though, we picked our favorite items for this haul video. I picked this. What does that say about me?
Too many glasses of wine tonight?
No, I didn't drink any wine tonight.
Too many beers tonight? I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I just thought this was really cute.
It is cool. It's cute.
It's really cute.
Why not? Okay.
It's super cute.
It's all yours.
It's a little granny bird.
It's all yours.
It's crafted granny bird. Was going to the landfill. Had to save it. Please, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Another one. A birdhouse. Do you know why I like this birdhouse?
Because it's made out of old house stuff.
Exactly!
Yeah.
Yes! That's exactly why I liked it. I liked it because it was repurposed. And I can appreciate anything that's repurposed. This was made out of old house stuff.
Looks like it's part of an old banister or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was repurposed. And I like stuff that's repurposed. So, again.
It almost looks like they took the entire bottom of the banister and then just kind of cut the bottom and this was the post. I don't know.
And they made a birdhouse out of it.
They made a birdhouse out of it, yeah. But it's definitely like old household woodwork.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So this is actually another eBay item because
the paint is chipping like crazy. It's going to have to be repainted. You don't have to. I mean, if you're hanging it outside, you don't have to, but...
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. It adds character.
You know, if you wanted to repaint it, you could.
It's a chippy piece.
Chippy birdhouse.
Yeah, look, Granny Bird just wants to live in there.
Oh
she can't fit. Alright, well, that one is probably going to end up on eBay as well because I'm not really sure the value of these pieces. I'm more into the glassware and ceramics and I could tell you the value of those things all day, but when it comes to repurposed banister, birdhouses and plastic skeletons,
there is no way anybody could ever learn everything about everything. I don't care what kind of degrees you have, what kind of library you have. There's no way. Nobody knows everything about everything. So that's why it's always good to just kind of randomly pick things up every once in a while if you get a gut feeling. I can't tell you how many times I've had a gut feeling about something. This was a gut feeling and it paid off. So I'm happy. So go with your gut sometimes. Sometimes just don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Just pick it up. I mean, if it's cheap, what's it going to hurt? I mean, the worst case scenario, you redonate it to a Salvation Army or a Goodwill or something like that, and it just goes right back to where it came from. And, you know, you got a cool piece for a little bit, but... or
you would just absorb it into your hoard and hang it into your kitchen, right? Yeah.
When she goes to Canada, I'm hiring a dumpster. Just so you know. No, I probably won't do that.
You better not. I might. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's haul video.
Haul video?
Why do you make fun of the way I talk? You're not allowed on my haul videos anymore.
Okay.
Banished.
Easy. No complaints from me.
If you haven't watched the shopping video yet, make sure you go check that out. There's a link to it down in the description. And I think that's everything, right?
I think so. And then they're going to be subjected to another shopping video because I think we're going to go do that.
Ooh, there's a book.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, there is a new shopping video tomorrow, but it's a sissy video. But while you guys are watching a sissy video,
we're going to go hit the bins again.
We're going to go hit the bins again.
It was my idea. It was my idea.
Yeah, it's his idea mostly. I'm like cowering in the corner going through clothes.
I've got a system. I walk in, I start at one end, and I just blow through it as fast as I can. And then when they start bringing new bins out, I'm ready to go. Yeah,
you're pretty good at it. Yeah. Anyway, we will catch you guys next time. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.